to the newest episode of Teen Wolf TV Time with me. Today's episode is called Muted, because that's what Lord Voldemort, I guess, is called. The Mute or something. That's not very clever, but whatever. So, I'm assuming Sean has never seen a single horror movie in his life, because when you go in the house and the lights flicker and you call out and you know that there are people home and they don't answer, then clearly there's something amiss. Which means you should probably go back outside and call the police. That's just me. Maybe common sense doesn't extend into a virtual world or a fictional world, whatever. That wasn't the wisest of ideas. Has anyone besides me ever wondered why there's no chubby people on Teen Wolf? I mean, you don't have to be fat, but like everybody has a six-pack on top of their six-pack. Maybe they're on a paleo diet, or maybe the stress and fear of almost dying at least 3 times a week has taken a toll on their weight. Maybe I should visit. That demon voice thing is so rude for taunting him about his dead family. Like, the blood hasn't even run completely out of their body yet. He's already like, troll-a-lo, bet you won't do nothing. Like, rude. Finally, some common sense. Like, when he heard that voice, he popped out of that window and he booked it up the road, just like any of the rest of us would. I mean, I don't know if I would jump out of that window, or rather off that balcony to get away, but I guess probably, because you gotta do what you gotta do. I'd rather have a broke leg than I did everything. Oh, so we're having like a bidding war between the Mexi Argents and the Hales now for Sister Soldier's loyalty. I just love that she is just like this shrewd businesswoman that's like, oh, they're paying me X amount, you're gonna have to at least triple that or I'm not interested. And Peter's trying to hold on to those purse strings. V-necks are not that expensive, sir. I don't know why you're so pressed. You can get like 8 of them for $15 from H&M. Chill out. Derek, on the other hand, is more than willing to write the check to get Kate so that he can get his revenge on being turned back into a prepubescent boy. And he's probably also mad that she snatched them contacts. I wouldn't personally want the blue ones back. The yellow ones seem more natural to his skin complexion, but who am I to tell Derek what he needs in life? On a scale of 1 to 10, how inappropriate is it to be attracted to these new boys? Because I don't think they're of legal age, so I can't say that they're anything more than just cute. In my defense, I looked up the guy who played Garrett and the guy who played Sean, and they are both of legal age. Sprayberry, on the other hand, is like a neonatal, so I'll just settle for saying he has very pretty eyes, and I hope to one day see him have happiness in like Barbie's Dreamland or something. I don't know what children are into these days. At this point, like bloody, shirtless teenage boys should just kind of be like a drop in the bucket for Melissa. She sees at least like 3 or 4 every week or so, so it shouldn't really bother her anymore. She's like, Kanye shrug, another like bloody child. I think that there is one thing that I ship more than hashtag Derek, and that is hashtag Melissa and Sheriff. I need them to get married and have like a little baby so that Scott and Styles can be brothers to like this small child. One that is preferably not mixed up in supernatural mayhem and madness. Kira's mother is being exceptionally selfish. Her weird daughter has finally put down roots and made some supernatural friends like herself, and she wants to just uproot her. And I know it's like open season in New York City, like let your freak fly, but I don't think that they can handle a kitschy Asian girl who conducts electricity, who also happens to be like a fox spirit. I don't think that's gonna fly quite for them. They like to pop Molly and sweat, and she likes to like stick her fingers in sockets. I don't think that that's really gonna, like, they're gonna congeal too well. So maybe you should just leave her. Maybe she can stay with Melissa. She has a track record of taking in like endangered teens and abandoned children. Like, Isaac's gone, so now there's a spot for Kira to stay. I mean, her and Scott might try and push the beds together, but you know what, Melissa, that's probably the least of your worries right now. It's like a wolf, fox, grandchild. Girl. Somebody needs to tell Scott that it's rude to listen to people's heartbeats without their permission. This one time, I will sympathize for Malia, because that would be my face in math class too. She was struggling, I would be struggling, but I will say that I just was like, Lydia, don't help her, let her ass struggle. I love that now the pack is struggling to decide whether they want to act more normal or continue to be vigilantes. I think it's interesting that Styles is the one that wants to keep playing Vigilante, even though he's the only one that doesn't really have any powers. Probably because like he gets a sense of power from like acting as the Bosley Alfred dispatcher for the rest of the pack. He gets his power that way, whereas everybody else is just, oh, I'm a Alpha, ooh, I'm a Kitsune, ooh, I'm a Banshee. Nobody really know what the hell they're ever doing, but at least they have the power, and Styles does not. I'm sorry, did Lord Voldemort just like upload? Like, I don't know what that was in that tube. I don't know if it was coming in or going out. There were the computer was upset. I was upset. Everybody was upset. Why doesn't he have a mouth? Like, no, I don't like that. Sister Soldier as a U.S. Marshal, like all of the little hats she gets to wear and like all the people she gets to pretend to be, like it just makes me want to cry because I want her to be the star of the show. No offense to everybody else, but Sister Soldier is everything. Finally, some lacrosse and some Finstock and just, oh gosh, and Styles is throwing a fit because that new kid is just like hashtag on a 10 and Scott and them are like on about a 5 or lower. Like, I don't get why Scott is so like opposed to being good at things. Like, seriously, chill out. You're good. Just be selfish sometimes. It's okay. We all do it. Some more than others. Is Malia actually trying to be friendly? And why is Kira asking for relationship advice from her? Like, she breaks and enters and forces herself on Styles pretty frequently, so I don't know why you would want to do that to Scott. But I guess get in where you fit in, girl. No, but really, I need Scott's moral compass to like tilt like northeast or northwest for once. It doesn't have to go all the way south, but it pointing due north 100% of the time is very tiring. Like, Scott, I know you're like the perfect puppy prince, but like sometimes it's okay to be a heel. Just want something and then cheat to get it. We've all been there, whether it be a math test or our taxes. These things happen because we are normal people. You are a werewolf, so you get to do what you want to do because who's gonna tell you you can't? So, like, I'm just saying, get your life. That's really like the best way I can put it. Hashtag get your life. You can be the captain of the team. All you have to do is try a little harder. And I know a lot of you has probably never seen the movie Love and Basketball, but if there is one thing that press senior taught Sanaa Lathan's character, it was never let a freshman take your spot. And that is exactly what's happening to Scott right now, and he's just gonna let it happen, and I do not approve. Really, Coach Finstock? They're like sons to you, sons that you like mentally and physically abuse at every chance. Like, I don't think you need to be a parent if that's how you're gonna do it, buddy. Just saying. Malia is just so ratchet. Finstock is gonna give himself a heart attack if he keeps up all that yelling and like falling down and getting hit in the chest with balls. And okay, so I know I said I wanted Scott to like stop being so morally sound so he can be lacrosse captain, but LOL, no, just kidding. I actually want Kira to be captain because that would be more fun. Girl captain on this press team full of boys, yes. I'm all for it, 110%. Now she can put down more roots so that her mother cannot uproot her. If I created like a change.org petition that said every shot of Deputy Parrish had to be an extreme close-up of his beautiful face or his wonderful like biceps, would anybody actually sign it? I could sit and come up with like a million pseudo-names to sign it, so don't make me do that. Please just get on board. So I can probably get behind Derek and Sister Soldier as a team, and by a team I mean like doing it, because she's hot, he's hot, she's not evil, she's very upfront, and I feel like that's what he needs. Not necessarily somebody mean, but somebody who will tell him exactly what she's about to do and exactly what he's about to do. Because Derek doesn't seem very good at making decisions, and when he does, it usually results in somebody dying or his eyes changing colors. He just needs that kind of person to give him the push in the right direction. So maybe she can be that for him. Even Derek agrees. Like, look at that awkward boner he has when she left the room. Like, I can't. I've never seen a more confused erection in my life. I need no more of Stelia. Why does she always have to be making out with him? Why is she constantly in heat? Like, girl, I know he's cute. Just chill out. Your dumb ass needs to focus on studying because you don't know anything. I understand that Lydia gave you that book full of ramblings that came from Lord Voldemort, and this is about to be like Teen Wolf in the Chamber of Secrets, but I need you to focus on what you need to be doing, and that is learning and not sticking your tongue down a young boy's throat. Has anybody else noticed that Deputy Parrish like flirts with everyone? Last week was Baby Derek, this week it's Lydia. I mean, I can't fault him because they're beautiful, but like his beauty is like on a whole nother level, like perfect Ken doll features, and just, I don't understand why nobody is like flirting back with him because he is very nonchalant about it, but it's still so obvious. It's like it's hitting you over the head. Like his erection is hitting you over the head with flirtation. I can't be the only one that notices. I don't know if it's police policy to take civilians on like house walkthroughs with you, and I don't know where all that extra space in that house came from. Because I know when they went inside, it was a normal sized house. So how do you have like a fully functioning, a human meat locker like down the hall? That didn't really set well with me. And the fact that he was so calm about there being a dead woman in the freezer is also concerning. Lydia maybe needs to start screaming, and not because somebody's about to die, but because Deputy Parrish might be weird. Which is fine, because he's still beautiful, and I'm willing to make sacrifices for that. But, yeah, he was a little too, oh yeah, she's dead for me. But I guess it makes sense, because people always die in Beacon Hill, so I guess it's kind of like seeing a fender bender or something. Just kind of get used to it. I love that Kira was so amused with herself about cutting that for sale sign up. Like, just let her stay, jeez. You guys are like 8,000 years old. What is staying in Beacon Hills for another 2 or 3 years, like in the grand scheme of things? You're probably never gonna die, so it's fine. Let her graduate with Scott and co, and then you can go off to New York and do whatever it is that you were doing there, and everybody wins. Everybody's happy. She's an adult. You're like 50 times over an adult, so I'm only seeing positives to staying in Beacon Hills, aside from the fact that y'all might actually get killed by something like that flesh-eating hottie McHottie. If I rolled my eyes any harder, you could pop them out and use them as Monopoly dice. I'm so over it. Lord Voldemort is coming for you next, Lydia. You cannot escape creepy older men. Like, you are just like a beacon for them. See what I did there? Why does Melissa always end up being the only person on the floor where crazy stuff is going down? Like, why is she the only hospital personnel that is ever around when, like, a flesh-eating zombie decides to attack? Like, the doctor guy just walked away. They were in the same area at one point, and now she's, like, alone trying to check on Sean, and he's like, LOL, I'm hungry. Come here and let me taste your pancreas. Like, no, that is not for you, boy. Jeez. It gives a whole new meaning to the phrase eating out. Like, seriously, that's not for you, child. Now, here they are on the roof, like, having an epic battle, trolling. I'm gonna toss this boy off, and haha, Scott, I'm gonna hold you down and watch him fall. And then Scott has to bite him to save him, which means Mexi Argent Lady's inner killer is like throbbing because now she knows she can come kill you. She told you 2 episodes ago not to bite an innocent or she was coming. And here she comes, and she's not gonna want to hear, oh, I did it to save his life. That's not good enough. She's gonna be like, you should have let his ass fall. So that's pretty much it for today. I'm looking forward to seeing what Mexi Argent Lady has to say about all of this, because I know she's coming. I can feel it in my bones. Stay tuned till next week, and I will be here ready to spill the tea with you guys. Have a good week. Love ya.